and I'll basically tell you a little quick introduction of everything here. So if you want to make your character move, I'll keep this cat. If you want, you can change it, of course, or paint, whatever. This is all the sprites. I'm going to use the cat in this example. So you can make him go 10 steps, and you can make him go far by changing the number. So our cat can walk. Now, if we just click this constantly, it goes to the end of the screen. So that's how you move a character in Scratch. Normal. And if you want to change the looks of something or make the character say something, you can go to the look section, which has all of this stuff, which you can make the player say something. I'm just saying to warn you though that when he says something, you cannot get this back. It will not. Oh, it goes away. I didn't even know that. Okay, continuing on. This is if you want to add a background track or sounds, whatever. You can go here. If you want, you can record your own sound also. Or if you want more sound options, you can go over here to the sounds menu and click this little button at the bottom. And then you can go through all these sounds. Now ends are basically ordered to click. So if the green flag is clicked, it will run the code wherever it's connected to. And with this, we can do how much keys it's pressed. What key is needed to press to begin the program. For this, we need to click the sprite, which is the cat. And this is basically used to switch the background. I'll show you that now. If you want to switch, before we show you how to switch the background, the sensing area is basically used to touch and checking if that's possible. So it's like checking if that key is pressed. And if you're using this in section, use the control also with the forever loop and sensing and if then basically can detect any code. So operators basically if you want to, it's basically, I don't know honestly, but the operators are basically here. These are the operators. You can just check if there's more numbers, but numbers of what, you might be asking. That's when the variables come into play. You can make your own variable. You can name it whatever you want. If you're making a game, you can name it score. You can name it anything else you want. So, and you can set the variable. The my block section, no need to worry about it. It does nothing. According to my knowledge, I don't know how to use it, so I'm not going to use that part. And let me show you how to change the background. So we'll do this when the green flag is clicked. We will make our little cat go 20 steps. 1. And now he goes 20 steps. But this time we want to go to the sensing section and click touching mouse and get touching mouse pointer. We'll change that to edge. The edge means that the end of the board, end of the stage. So if the cat gets to the end here, we can trigger code. So this is required an if-then block. If-then blocks with forever blocks and sensing blocks can detect any run of code, detect anything and run line of code. So our code is going to be that it's going to switch its background. So we need to let's first actually choose our background. I will do the blue sky. You can do whatever you want. Now we have the blue sky background. We can do any background we want. Don't need to be that. We also, this forever loop is very much needed. Other than this code will not work. All of this is needed for the code. and also we needed to change its background. So if it's touching edge, we wanted to go to the look section and click next backdrop and set that in. Now we need, but when the project is clicked, we wanted to go to the backdrop, so our normal backdrop. So I think there's a button, or I think there's a block to do this. Switch costume. Yes, switch backdrop to blue sky. Done. So when we begin the project, our cat friend is here, and let's click this line of code for it to block. I think this is a little bit too hard to use. I'm going to quickly use a little trick. You can use this key, this block, which is the then click key pressed. You can change this to any key on your keyboard. And you can say when that key is pressed, it can move. So now it can move. When I click the space key, it moves right. Right. And if you wanted to make it look some different, you could add this next costume block, and it would look like that he's actually walking. So let's get to the end of the board and see what happens. So some technical difficulties will happen. I'm just saying that, but yeah, as you can see, it brought us back. So that's because it brought us back to our normal backdrop. This is our second backdrop, back to the white area. And if we stop the program and run it again, it brings us back. So if we go over here, and if we bring the cat back, it changes. Yes, it flickers a lot. Don't question that. That's just how it works. I don't know why, but that's how it works. Don't question it. It's okay. It's okay when you add a way to go left using any key. So now that we've learned how to change the backdrop, let's learn how to make. You already probably know how to make an arrow key system, a control system, because I just taught you. You can duplicate this block sometimes, and you can make it different. So let's say right arrow key, and then if I click the right arrow key, he moves right. But however, if you make this left arrow key, you'd think that it would go left, but it still goes right. I'm clicking the left arrow key, you can't see it, but it's going right. So in order to fix this, you need to make it -10. Now, if you click the left arrow key, he goes left, and you click the left arrow key, he goes left, click the right arrow key, he goes right. So let's delete this code. It's not needed, since this is just an introduction. But if you're doing this on up and down, don't do the move steps block. Instead, you have to use the change Y by block, which is right here. If you're making this up, I'll use the up arrow key. Do the Y by, because if you do it with the move steps, it will not work. So now if I do this, up arrow key makes them go up. And I can duplicate this, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I can't duplicate it. So, and if we do the same thing right over here, same exact code, but this time, it's going to be change Y by -10. And boom. So I'm going to end that there for now, but as a quick introduction to Scratch to teach you how to change the background and make your own control system. There are many different control systems out there, and many